Good morning, buddy. It's Monday. Be nice to your body today because it's Monday. Um, Forgive my slow start. First of all, Miss Coffee, she has not kicked in. And today she will be needed. Today's date is August 26th, 2024. It's it's a quiet morning. That could be because it's 5:40, but it's a quiet morning. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful that you're here. For those of you that are new, welcome. This is a time for you to relax, take a breath, take it easy. And in a little bit, if time allows, we'll crochet. Of course, you're welcome to do whatever you do, whether that's knitting or maybe it's crochet, maybe it's painting, maybe it's writing. I don't know, but I welcome you. I'm excited that you're here. Um, I don't often grab this to bring with me to talk to you. And I don't because it's a pretty personal journal. But the more I wrote, the more I realized this was a message I wanted to share with you. And again, you'll notice I'm kind of waffling because I have notes for something else that I wanted to talk to you about. So, you know what? Just like you're getting double video today, you're getting double the chat today. Um, the first thing I wanted to talk to you about, which is what I had scheduled to talk to you about today, and that is how to manage your time to make more room for the craft that you love to do. Time management, as you already know, is important. Failure to manage your time means you are rushing through crafts, you're changing a project from one size to another to accommodate the amount of time you have left to finish it. And that's not fair to you, and it's not fun. So, a little bit of my source comes from slack.com. A big portion of my source comes from experience, just being honest. Um, why is it important to manage your time? For the basic reason I just said, and something I've said to lots of people on many occasions. Your failure to plan does not become my emergency. Oftentimes, the things that we're doing intersect with other people. If you haven't done your part, you're rushing to get it done. You're not giving the quality product that you're capable of producing. That means if somebody's relying on that item from you, they're not getting the best of what you have to offer. That's not fair to either one of you. So let's consider that. Um, what are some of the factors that come into considering a time schedule? Deadlines. What is your workload management and what does it look like? Why is it important? How do you prioritize tasks? Do you need to take more breaks? Do you need to make more time for you away from a particular project? Um, know how you're spending your time. A lot of times we will sink into Netflix or Hulu or whatever, YouTube, and we'll only plan to watch this one 20-minute show or this one 20-minute video. And 3 hours later, we're still sitting there. The thing that glares at me today that I see so many people do this with is TikTok. I'm on TikTok, by the way, but I don't put up a lot of videos for a reason because I'm a chatty patty, and that's not a form of media that works for me because I have too much to say. And TikTok, even if it did 10 minutes, would be too short for me. So rather than fight the battle, I'm there. Okay. Um, but that's what I'm talking about when I say know what kind of time you're spending and where you're spending your time. Stick to a daily routine. It's important. I know you heard it as a kid and you wanted to break that rule the moment you could. But you and I both know that if you have a routine, you accomplish more. If your plan is, I'm going to get up in the morning, go to the bathroom, wash my face, brush my teeth, take my shower, scoot out of the bathroom, pick my clothes and get dressed, put on my accessories, whatever those are, and have a cup of coffee with my breakfast. And then I'm going to head out the door. And that only takes me an hour. Then you know if you're doing work at 8 o'clock and you don't get up until 7, you're going to have a problem. You're going to be rushing. You're not going to make it on time, or some steps are going to be missed. And that's not going to be good for anyone. So let's do that time management thing, okay? Let's stick to a daily routine. I, as you all know, have a routine of my own that I stick to. It works for me. By the time my first daycare client arrives, I'm not only ready for them, I'm ready for my day because my day has been in motion. And I think it gives me a more professional presence when they arrive because let's be realistic, they're coming to me with the hope and expectation that I'm not dragging myself fresh out of bed with no plan in place for their child. That's not what they hired me for. They hired me to take care of their child. They hired me to educate them, keep them safe, feed them, do all of the things associated with providing care for a child. They didn't hire the lady who rolled out of bed because that lady is useless. I still think she gets shocked every time the water hits her in the shower because you. Oh, I'm sorry, I kicked you. I'm going to move you back and bear with the shakes. I am sorry. Let's sit you down. You're right. Here, let me straighten you up a little bit. There you go. You're good. Again, I apologize. It's a Monday. That being the case, let's move back onto our list. Prioritize. You may have 10 things on your schedule. You need to prioritize what needs to be done now, what can be done later, what do you need to just drop off that list altogether, and what can you delegate. Those decisions will make the difference between whether or not you're a success or failure at your time management. And keep in mind the goal. In many of our cases, the goal isn't just to win the list. We can all win the list. We're trying to create more time to enjoy our craft. Whether your craft is income generating or not, if it's a passion of yours, you want the max amount of time to do it. At least I do. And the only way I can do that is to prioritize what I do now, what I do later, what I don't do at all, and what I delegate. Today, what do? I've gotten up this morning, done all of my personal chores and gotten them out of the way. I've done my morning journal, taken my vitals and whatever medication I needed to take. All of that's done. And it was done as a now. What was I going to do later? I knew that if I got all of that done, I could come out here and visit with my buddy. Hey, buddy. What will I delete? Well, part of what I deleted and will delete is I used to get up in the morning and watch the news to see what the weather was and was there anything I needed to know. No, there's not. Weather, I can get that on an app on my phone, and I do. In fact, while we're talking, I'll do just that because it's not important enough for me to watch 35 minutes of depressing news and take my mental health to a level that it doesn't need to go to. So I don't do that anymore. I don't, and it isn't that I don't care. Part of, what I enjoyed about watching the news was that I got to see a newscaster or two and a weather person or two that I liked. I still like them. I don't have any, less respect or admiration for them. I don't have time for them. The same thing is true of many of the people that I watch on YouTube. I don't always have time to watch their videos. I catch them on the weekend. I will do multiple of their videos back to back to back so that I can kind of catch up on where they are with a project that I might be following or inspired to create myself. But at the same time, I prioritize when that gets in and delegate. I've said before that this is a monarchy in my household. I don't take out the trash. Not because I think I'm better than taking out the trash. I'm just as capable as any other person in my household. But I'm not going to my car twice a day, every day. My kid is. So when they head out the door, they take the trash. They walk the dogs. Why? Because at the time the dog need to be walked, I'm probably running my daycare, and that's not a feasible decision to make. You heard me say I was going to check the weather. It is currently 72 degrees at 5:52 in the morning. It's going to be 98. That means it's going to be hot. Yeah, that's news I didn't need to use. But such I know. It just lets me know that my air conditioner will be running a little bit harder today. And that's okay because I pay for it. Um, One of the things the website that I read suggested, and by the way, my source is slack.com. I found that funny. I just did. Because, slackers don't accomplish a lot. But however, um, their suggestion was that you tackle your hardest task first. I would disagree with that. I would say try the snowball effect. Do your easiest task to give yourself a sense of win. Victory promotes the desire to be victorious again. If you have 5 things to do and the easiest task you can do gives you the incentive to want to do the next easiest task, because it's easy too, they're all easy because you're capable. Some take more time than others, but they're all easy. I have personally found when I have an easy task, knock it off the list. I have the momentum and the time to do the other things I need to do. Excuse me. So that's my snowball effect to doing what needs to be done. If that doesn't work for you, then by all means, try tackling your hardest task first. Get it out of the way. That should give you room to get the others done. I also use something called the timer method, and this has been invaluable for me for years. If I know that I have a block of time, an hour and a half, and I need to do such and such amount on like the dishes. I need to get the dishes done, but I want to crochet. Well, first of all, I'm not doing the dishes. I'm asking my daughter to do it and she's going to do it. But for the sake of this conversation, I need to do the dishes. So what I do is I set a timer. I am going to spend 30 minutes on getting the kitchen clean, making sure the floor is mopped, making sure the table is cleaned off, all the spices that I might have used are put away in their proper place. This, everything is wiped down, everything is clean. That could take more than 30 minutes if I'm not focused on beating that timer. So once that's done, then I set another timer for 90 minutes or for 60 minutes. And in that 60 minutes time, I crochet. I have it already set up and ready to go that I just pull it out and I crochet. I have my pattern ready. I have my projects and all of the accessories that I need to go with it. Scissors, a darning needle, whatever. My hook of size and choice. Everything's ready to go, laid out there. I crochet, nothing but crochet. If I want to listen to music, okay, that's fine, but that's not my priority. And if the music changes and I don't like it, I lump it because my focus is that crochet. Once that timer goes off, in the middle of a row, I'm gonna finish the row. I'm not even gonna joke with you. I hate mid row pickup because mid row pickup shows a change in my tension. It doesn't flow for me. So I'm gonna finish that row. And I have X number of seconds to finish that row. But then I may have a 30-minute window where there's nothing directly planned. Potty break, coffee break, or if I wasn't able to complete the previous task, then I'm going back to finish that. So that's how I truncate my time to manage to crochet as much as I do and at the same time do all of the other things that I do. When it comes to the daycare, there's a little less flexibility in my time schedule because children do what children do. They're awake. They need attention. They need supervision. Sometimes they need diaper changes or bottles or food or whatever. So I have it in my schedule, especially with my current clients. They take 2 naps a day. When the first nap happens, that's clean up any mess and anything that needs to be gathered and sorted. I do that in 10 minutes. And because I know on average my kids are going to sleep an hour to an hour and a half, then I will plug and play any videos that I need to let go while I can hear them. They're not getting 100% of my attention. I'm not going to joke. They're not. But they are getting my watch hours. They have subconsciously plugged in with me, and I'm good with that part of it. But what am I doing? I'm crocheting. It's quiet, it's non interrupted for the children, and it's something that I can accomplish. They wake up, I get back to the duties of daycare. They go back down, I go back to crochet, catching up on videos. So there's that. When they leave, I clean up again. And as time allows, I have my dinner. I spend time talking with my family, either by phone if my one child isn't here, or in person with the other if she is. And then I shut my day down. I have a project that I just do in my bedroom, and that's how that goes. I don't take my primary project to my bedroom because in my sleepy haze, I miss stitches. I'm it's not about perfection. It's just about relaxation at that point. So again, it's a time management thing. Um, One of the suggestions I have for you, if you're not already doing this, In order to balance my craft and my busy schedule, I write down the duties that I need to accomplish and my craft goals. Like right now, my craft goal is to get through that blanket. I have a goal of doing 30 rows per week. That is a tiny, tiny amount compared to 283 rows on this blanket, especially with 199 stitches. And of those stitches, I promise you, there are a lot of bobbles. Single stitch is rough enough on just the repetitive dun 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 dun, but then you add in the bobbles, and there is no predictability to this schedule or predictability to the routine of creating this pattern. So I make time for that, and I'm okay with that. I'm also making good progress with that. I'll submit a picture in the community tab at some point this week. No rush. It wasn't on my agenda. Um, I divide my time to allow for a few minutes to do my craft. Sometimes that's, like I said, 60 minutes. Sometimes it's an hour and a half. It really varies day to day and time to time, but it is scheduled. Um, like I said, I set a timer. It works for me, and maybe it'll work for you. Give it a try. Once the timer is up, I move on, and I'm okay with that. Um, you can use that timer method in other aspects of your life. So that's what I wanted to say about organizing your time so that you can better enjoy and maximize your crafting time. I hope that is helpful to you. But I also wanted to share this with you. Um, One of the things about this particular book, and it's by Clever Fox, it is my gratitude journal. You can get it on Amazon. I can't promise to link it below because I'll probably forget. It wasn't on my schedule. Um, it asks in the beginning, of course, the day and date, but it asks, what is the main goal of the day? Well, my main goal was to record today's video and to prioritize time to crochet because that's my craft. What am I most excited about? Today, I'm most excited about making progress on my blanket because on Monday, that's my progress check in day. Um, it says, today I am most grateful for. And this was my answer. I am most grateful for time. I have enough time in my day to accomplish my goals. Time allows me to learn things that I didn't already know. Time allows me to reflect on things that were said to me to gain perspective. People say things to us, and this particularly is highlighted in text because we text each other all the time. I mean, let's be realistic. Most of our communication with people outside of our physical space is done via text or email. And you can interject whatever emotion you like to what they wrote. It doesn't mean that's what they meant or that was the intention of the way they wrote it. So, by pausing, taking time to reflect on what you read, and considering what it could have meant in a different light without the animosity or aggressive or whatever tonation you interjected to what was written, gives you a whole different perspective. It asks today, what artist, musician, or author am I most grateful for? I am grateful for art as a whole. I use books, music, and visual art to invoke and inspire me. It also motivates me to accomplish more. Sometimes it accompanies me. Um, What do I love most about the current season? I just told you the weather, but I refuse to be negative on that. It's beautiful. Summer is hot, but we also have periods of rain. The sun is out for hours, and that is good for my mental health and for my soul. Today, my affirmation is follow your path. You're heading in the right direction. Now, that's a whole lot of 25-minute chatter. I hope you enjoyed it. Buddy, I love you. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful you took a few minutes to sit down with me and enjoy our time together. I hope that some of the things that I've shared with you today are of benefit to you. And if they're not of benefit to you, then maybe they're a cautionary tale of what not to do. If you don't want to manage your time the way that I've said, don't do it. This is a take it or leave it opportunity. If it works for you and it helps you do more than you've ever done before, awesome. Oh, that sounded too much like singing. Let's not do that again. Ever. If it doesn't work for you, put it back on the table. Leave it there for somebody else. But either way, have some fun today. Be good to you. Be good to a few other people. It's Monday. You got time. And remember, I'll be here tomorrow. If you haven't checked, I did drop a tutorial. It's an easy one, so relax. But it's a building tutorial. And by building, I mean I've given you a part, but you got to come back because there's more to it. I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Join me for some crochet or whatever you do. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.